the starting lineups in this contest. First for Kent State and 10th-year coach Rob Senderoff. You see Danny Pippen there, the senior, along with seniors Beck and Hamilton. Sophomore Santiago, point guard, outstanding at that point. And Malik Jacobs for Jack Owens in his 4th year at Miami. The head coach puts this starting lineup out there. The senior Delonte Brown with another senior Precious Aya in the middle. Day-Day Grant, Makai Larry, and Myjay White. Now let's get Randy's keys to victory for both of these teams. What's it going to...
And 3 Golden Flashes have combined for 11 double-doubles this year. They need to hold them down. If you're Miami, again, make sure that you play well against the bigs as much as possible. And they're also very good shooting it from the outside, as we talked about with Pippen and Miami. They need to make some three-pointers, and they need to shoot a good percentage.
Kent State with the basketball to begin things. Beck gives it out front. It's Jacobs with the basketball, and Precious Aya nearly came up with a steal, stepping in front of Danny Pippen there.
And that's going to be a key matchup, right? The strength and energy that Aya brings against Pippen. Try and frustrate him a little bit, especially when he steps away from the basket.
Santiago works to the left side. Out front it comes. Looking to get Danny Pippen. He's going to turn with the right hand. Missed the jump hook, but an offensive rebound. This is something that Kent State is so very good at, is second and third opportunity. Working the baseline. Underneath it goes to Beck. Reverse layup is up. No good. And the rebound grab by Precious Aya of Miami.
Yeah, and that matchup on Beck is going to be key for Miami, too, because they're going to be undersized, whoever's covering Beck. And that time, though, they got the miss and did a good job of collecting the defensive rebound.
Aya will hand it off to Makai Larry, curling around the right side. They hedge on it to the right corner. Myjay White, a little hesitation, drop step, and an 18-footer is good for Myjay White, and the Redhawks have an early lead.
And that's that same matchup we talked about on the other end. Miami used his quickness that time against Beck to get the shot.
Santiago gives it out front. Malik Jacobs back to Santiago. 15 to shoot. Just underway here from Millett Hall. Second game of our doubleheader. If it is anything like the first game, you're going to be really excited about this contest as Miami beat Kent State's women's team in a buzzer beater. As that one off the rebound is off the hands of Delonte Brown. Peyton Scott hit a 3 at the buzzer to give Miami the win. You see Rob Senderoff in his 10th season at Kent State. Started his career here at Miami University as a graduate assistant.
Yeah, he knows the MAC as well as anybody for sure.
Precious Aya knocks the ball away again on an inbound. Danny Pippen has to go into the backcourt and chase it down. He's going to go to work on the Miami big guy, put it on the floor, gets Santiago in the corner for 3, and he drains it.
Yeah, and anything that Kent State gets like that is going to be gravy, and that's what Miami has got to be wary of. I mean, they're obviously concentrating on the inside so far of Kent State, but they can't leave those outside guys open because, like Santiago did there, they can't shoot the 3.
Kent State normally about 33% from outside the arc, but they got a bunch of shooters as Jacobs is going to be guilty of a hand check out front. That'll be his first foul and the team's first of the half, and there's Jack Owens. It's actually his 4th season at Millett Hall. Mistype there.
Yeah, and you can see what they want to do. Miami use that quickness. They try and spread the floor, get their guards driving towards the lane, and they picked up the foul early in this possession.
Larry curling down the lane, and he's going to get another foul. This time a bump. Got a couple of opportunities there, and they will get Giovanni Santiago for the foul here. A little push with the right hand. His first and the team's second. Miami again will inbound the basketball. Baseline right side of their basket.
Yeah, no secret what Miami's trying to do, right? Spread the floor, get their guards in space against the bigger Kent State team, and use that quickness to their advantage.
Redhawks get it into Aya in the corner, and now out front to Larry. 17 to shoot for Miami. Larry feeds to Myjay White. Back out to Larry. He'll pull the trigger on a 3. It is off the mark, and the rebound to Hamilton. Big man transfer out of Temple, gets it ahead to Santiago. Kent State up by 1 with a basketball to the left side. Pippen will put it on the floor, take it to the basket, and gets the charge. As again, the Redhawks, Myjay White is there to take the charge for Pippen. That's his first and the team's 3rd.
Yeah, and that's not an easy thing to do, right? You see Pippen coming full bore at the at the rim to step in front of him, but credit Myjai White for getting his body between the big guy and the rim.
Pippen tried to sidestep it, but it was just a little too late on that as Day Grant comes and gets the basketball to the left corner. Larry. And back it goes. Delonte Brown is wide open and catches the glass on the way down, but hey, the bank is open for Delonte Brown. His first points give Miami a 5-3 lead.
And that's a good omen, I think, for Miami to get Brown and get that first shot up and in, especially from three-point range.
Santiago and a couple of Miami bodies go down as the shot is no good by Jacobs. The rebound out to the Redhawks as Larry will bring it down, and Delonte Brown collided with Precious Aya under the basket, and Delonte grimacing a little bit in pain. As going to the basket is Day Grant. He cuts down the lane. Nobody stops him. And Grant scores his first two, and that is enough for Rob Senderoff. It'll be a timeout taken here. Or actually, we have a whistle. Is there a timeout?
Yeah, I think there's some discussion about whether or not. I guess there's not a timeout. So, no.
Javen Etzler comes into the game for Miami, so.
Yeah, and that's for Brown. We'll have to watch and see how much of an injury. It looked like maybe an ankle or a lower leg. We'll have to watch that. Jacobs
across the timeline, left side. I think they thought they were getting the under-16 timeout at the whistle, and that wasn't happening. And a throw out to Pippen, and that's just a bad pass by Kent State. A little sloppy with a basketball. 12 to shoot. Pippen goes to the glass and doesn't get the roll, and Aya with the rebound.
Yeah, unlucky with the roll. May have got bumped, too. I think Miami got away with one there.
And a walk is called against Mekhi Larry, and now we will have the under-16 timeout. 15:59 to go in the first half, and a good basketball.
The blood flowing back to that area, so hopefully has really improved throughout the course of this year, especially his shooting from beyond the arc. It's his defense he's really had to work on, and that's getting better as well.
Santiago around a screen to the left side, feeding down low to Hamilton for the two-handed flush. That's just a pick-and-roll run to perfection there as Hamilton gets his first two.
Yeah, and Etzler was on him, and he lost him and was wide open in the middle of the lane.
Larry out top with the basketball for Miami. 4.5 minutes gone. Myjai White open corner three is good, and Myjai White has 5 for the Redhawks.
Yeah, and he's hit his first 2 shots as well, so Miami heating it up from the outside, and if you're a Redhawk fan, that's exactly what you want to see. They're spreading the floor and getting some open looks.
Whistle and a foul out top. It will go against Mekhi Larry. That'll be his first and the team's first against the Redhawks. As coming into the game is Jeremiah Hernandez, 6'4" sophomore out of Chicago, Illinois, replaces Tervell Beck. A little smaller on the lineup right now for Rob Senderoff.
Yeah, I think he's seen what Miami is doing on the offensive end and really taking advantage of their size disadvantage because of that quickness.
Hernandez out front with the basketball. Feeds out to Danny Pippen. He'll put it on the floor against Aya. 8 to shoot. Deep three is off the mark. And Day Grant with the rebound. Redhawks don't have the numbers. Grant will back it out and give it to Etzler, and Miami will reset things here. Leading by 5 in the early going. Day Grant down the lane. Bounce pass out to the left side, and Larry out front. 14 to shoot. Down the lane. Hangs with a left hand. Too strong. Off the back iron, and Pippen the rebound for the Golden Flashes. Ahead comes Santiago all the way to the basket and curls back out. Left side Hernandez to Jacobs. And they try and lob it down low. Hamilton goes and gets the basketball and puts it up and in.
Yeah, on the switch, Hamilton had Larry against him, and that is a mismatch of giant proportions, and Kent State was able to take advantage of it.
Kent State and the Redhawks battling. They battled to a 77-68 game in February in Kent as Day Grant misses and Miami resets. 77-68 back on the 2nd of February. Kent State with the victory. Danny Pippen had 30 points in that game against the Redhawks. About 21 of those, I think, in the second half. Larry driving against Hamilton. Nowhere to go. Backdoor cut. Day Grant has the shot rejected from behind. And here comes Giovanni Santiago. Crossover dribble. Charged. Myjai White is there to take another one. And that's the second one on Giovanni Santiago, the 4th on the team.
Yeah, second foul on Santiago, and the second time that Myjai White has sacrificed his body by stepping in front of a driving player for Kent State.
Delonte Brown back into the game, and James Beck makes his first appearance for Miami. As into the game for Kent State, Jordan James, 6'5" junior out of Detroit, Michigan, comes in along with Tervell Beck back into the game for the Flashes.
So a little bit smaller for Kent State, and they're trying to ratchet up their defense a little bit and give less space to the Miami guards.
Isaiah Coleman lands into the game, has the ball out front for Miami. Picks up the dribble, throws it to Myjai White on the left side. Crossover dribble, out top to Coleman, lands with 10 to shoot. Coleman lands, working around a screen. Left side White, left corner Day Grant for three. It's too strong. Catches part of that glass again, and the rebound is out to Kent State.
Yeah, Miami all perimeter that time, moving the ball around, just couldn't get any space, and a good job by the Kent State defense.
Hernandez goes down low, left side to Pippen, cross-court pass, and dancing along the sidelines is Jacobs. 12 to shoot. Ball knocked away, and they're going to get Delonte Brown for a foul over the back of Tervell Beck. Delonte got the ball, but had that lower hand on the back of Beck. You see it here.
Yeah, they're just reaching over and kind of up against his shoulder with his chest. One difference that Miami is showing defensively over the first time they played Kent State is they were in Pippen's face no matter where he is. They sunk a little bit in that first game, allowed him to shoot the three-pointers. They are not giving him any space out away from the basket so far here today.
Beck gets the basketball to Pippen, top of the key to Jordan on the right wing. He'll give it back out to Malik Jacobs. Around the screen to the baseline. Offensive foul. Jacobs pushed off with the left hand. And the official not having any of it. Second foul on Malik Jacobs and the team's fifth.
Yeah, and who was it again that took that charge? It was Myjai White. As you see there, just a little bit of a chicken wing as he flashed it out and pushed Myjai White away to create space. And that's the third offensive foul taken by Myjai White here in the early going.
12 and a half minutes to go first half as Coleman lands, works around to the right side, and Jordan nearly comes up with a steal. Nice hands over there by the 6'5" junior guard. As into the game, Justin Hamilton returns to the lineup. And Gabe O'Neal will see his first action. Gabe O'Neal, 6'7", 240-pound junior out of Cincinnati. He's averaging 5 points a game, and he scored 10 on Miami up at the Mack Center.
Yeah, he is just so strong. He is hard to
knows
move.
Where he's supposed to be.
Exactly. He is hard to move off the block when he wants space.
Day Grant comes and gets the basketball on the left side, 8 to shoot. Works around a double team to Delonte Brown. Left side three is off the mark, and Jordan with the rebound for Kent State. He'll run it up, straight up the middle. Keeps that dribble, gives it out front to Hernandez. Hamilton back out front as we reach the 12-minute mark here in the first half. Down low right side, O'Neal lowering that shoulder, double teamed, and a steal by Myjai White, and that'll be a foul. Reaching in on Jeremiah Hernandez, his first and the sixth team foul against the Golden Flashes. Timeout, 11:54 to go here in.
Miami had a couple easy ones early, but both teams right now really finding it hard to create any space offensively.
Miami with the basketball out of the timeout. This is Delonte Brown, left side, out top to Larry. Redhawks in a cream-colored uniform today. The Amia uniforms are the Miami Tribe of Oklahoma. James Beck got by his man for a two-handed flush. Oh, my. Got by his man and found the rim.
Yep, and that's what you want to see from Beck, right? That enthusiasm and that aggressiveness to go up strong with the basket. He was not going to be denied.
Back out top, lobs it down low. Hamilton jump hook is good. He's got 6 of the 9 for the Golden Flashes.
Yeah, with his size and wingspan, there's just nobody on the Miami team right now that can defend against that shot.
Right corner, and a step back, and a blocked shot underneath. Beck goes up and under, misses that one, and Hamilton with the rebound.
Yeah, I thought they may have got part of Brown's arm, but they're going to say it was all ball, as you said, on a blocked shot.
Hernandez works left side to Hamilton. Out front, Jordan. And Hamilton from the free throw line. Banks it, no good. Beck the rebound, offensive rebound, counted. And a foul on Delonte Brown for Miami, and that will be his second and the team's third.
Yep, and that's what Kent State does. They are one of the best teams, not only in the MAC, but in the country at going and getting their own. And there you see Beck using his size advantage to get the basketball and go up strong to get the hoop.
He'll be there for the and one as Danny Pippen returns to the lineup. O'Neal will go out for Kent State. A chance for the Golden Flashes to tie this one up. Milos Jovic, redshirt senior from Leskovic, Serbia, is into the game, replacing Galante Brown, who's picked up 2 quick fouls.
And again, Miami's going to have a speed advantage on one end, but a decisive size disadvantage at the other end with Jovic in there now, for all intents and purposes, at the small forward position. So a really small lineup out there for Miami against this really large Golden Flashes team.
Essentially 4 guards and a forward on the floor right now. Day-Day Grant working left side with the basketball to the baseline, feeding Beck. Beck will hand it back to Grant. 13 to shoot, back to Beck. Beck working into the paint, feeding Jovic. Baseline 10-footer is off the mark. And the rebound is out to Kent State. Chance for the Golden Flashes to take the lead. Baseline, Hamilton with the basketball, goes cross court. This is Jordan for 3. The lefty is short with that one as it bounces over the iron. And Beck with the rebound. Quickly, Miami the other way. Out front, Beck top of the key, gives it back to Coleman Lands. Got tripped up and somehow maintains possession as Larry between the circles with it for Miami. Beck working against Hamilton. Putting up the jumper, doesn't get it, and the rebound is out to Beck. Miami struggling on the glass against the Golden Flashes right now.
Yeah, and you'd expect that with this lineup. Miami, though, has to start making those shots because they're getting decent looks.
Driving down the lane with the left hand, no good. Rebound tapped out, and Makai Larry had it and has to go back and get it. Doesn't have the numbers now, but a Coleman Lands jumper from the left side is good. A 3 by Isaiah Coleman Lands, and Miami regains lead.
And this is where Miami can make some hay, I think, is in the transition game with this lineup out there. They need to be able to run, and that time they got an open 3 for Isaiah Coleman Lands. Right in his shooting pocket, a perfect pass from Makai Larry to set him up.
Pippen gives it out top. Hamilton will hold the basketball to Tervell Beck, and now back it goes to Pippen. Diagonal pass to Hernandez. He's going to put it up in the paint and score. Jeremiah Hernandez got into the lane and scores his first 2.
Yeah, good size at 6'4", and was able to get into the middle of the lane, drifting to his right, shot it back with his right hand, and nothing but net.
8:38 to go here in the half as Coleman Lands left side gets it to Jovic. Jovic will put it on the floor, spin to the baseline, little scoop, doesn't get the roll, and the rebound, and a timeout taken by about the no call of the walk. His team still gets the basketball with no harm done on the offensive end as Hamilton will inbound it. Santiago back out there running the point for Kent State.
Yeah, a couple of key individuals in this game with 2 fouls already. We'll have to watch that. Santiago for Kent State and Brown for Miami.
They go to the left corner. Wide open is Pippen, and he drains a triple.
Yeah, and that's the first time that Pippen has been left alone. Up until that point, Miami's done a really good job of keeping somebody on him. That time, I think Eli McNamara, who's into the game for the first time, just lost it in the corner.
He was wide open. And of course, that is something Danny Pippen can do, 30% from outside the arc. And that'll be a foul called on Santiago, and that will be his 3rd. Reaching in on Eli McNamara, and that's the team's 7th. You'll see it here. Got him right across the arm.
Yeah, he was, I think, surprised. He thought maybe he got all ball, or was hoping that would be the call. It was a little bit of a delayed whistle.
Yeah, it was.
Not tremendously, but a little bit, and I think that was the concern for the Golden Flashes.
If I saw that slowed down, I'd probably disagree with the official. I think he got a lot of the basketball there. As it is, McNamara at the free throw line, getting the 1-and-1 as Miami in the bonus for the final 7:51, and the shot is no good. Beck with the rebound. Yeah. And Kent State with a 2-point advantage.
On the season, both of these teams, pretty good free throw shooting teams. Kent State a little bit better than Miami, but both have done a really good job from the charity stripe so far this year.
Out front, Danny Pippen lobs it down low to Beck. Off the glass, no good, but a foul will be called, and Milos Jovic will pick up the personal for Miami. His first, team's 4th, and Tervell Beck to the free throw line.
Yeah, and Miami just doesn't have an answer for the big guys down low right now. When you have 3 guys, 6'7" or over, and the beef that they can bring, Miami just doesn't have a lineup that can counter that very well, and you see Kent State taking advantage of it.
Beck at the free throw line. He is 1 for 1, 81% free throw shooter. Kent State as a team shoots it up at 71. Precious Aya back into the game for Miami as Jovic goes out.
And now Miami going with is a pretty good sized lineup for them to have two of their normal kind of 5 position players in there together in Aya and McNamara. You don't see this very often from the Redhawks. And now a full court press too for Kent State.
2-2-1 pressure by the Golden Flashes, and Miami breaks it, and nearly a steal, but Larry gets it from the free throw line. No good, but a foul will be called. Tervell Beck will get his first. Team's 8th, and Makai Larry will step to the free throw line for 2 chances for Miami.
Yeah, and this might be actually dropping right into Miami's wheelhouse, as you see there, the shot and then the foul late coming over by Beck. If Miami gets a chance to use their athleticism and quickness by beating the press, that may work against Kent State. Kent State almost got a steal there, but you see then they didn't, and that led to the advantage at the other end.
And the free throw by Larry is good, his first point of the game. He had 13 against the Golden Flashes in the previous affair. Had an outstanding game on Thursday against Western Michigan. Miami winning on the road there in a game where Day-Day Grant did not score a single point. And Miami was able to still get the win on the road. And here's a little full court man-to-man pressure by Miami.
Yeah, and he had scored, 50 points combined in the previous 2 games, and just was kind of in a little bit of a funk there.
Danny Pippen wants the basketball. He's got Majay White on him. Instead, a 3 out front by Tervell Beck, and he's got 8 points.
And you see Beck just look. He's like, yeah, if you want me to shoot it, I'll shoot it. And he just happened to go in. I think he was a little bit surprised it went in.
Beck 53% from outside the arc. I wouldn't leave him out there too long. Larry between the circles, 15 to shoot for Miami. Pull-up jumper, right of the key is too strong. Rebound by Isaiah Coleman lands. His shot is no good, and the rebound tapped out of bounds by Jacobs. It will belong to Miami. And into the game once again comes James Jordan, the junior out of Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, that was interesting. They left Isaiah Coleman lands wide open for the offensive rebound and the putback. He just left it short. I think he was anticipating contact or someone to try and block it, and was more open than he thought he was going to be.
Larry tried to get it in underneath to Eli McNamara and is kicked away. 20 on the shot clock again. 6:35 to play in the half, and the Golden Flashes by 5. Each team has had a 5-point advantage in this game. Baseline on the right side. This is McNamara putting it on the floor. He's going to turn with a left hand. Too strong with that one. Didn't chase down his own rebound, and Beck chases it down for Kent State. Across the timeline, Hernandez works with it. This is Beck out front. Looking down low, nothing there. Gives it back to Hernandez. Searching low, nothing there. Beck goes to Pippen. Facing up on Aya, fires from 17 and gets the kind roll. 5 for Danny Pippen, and the lead expands to 7 for Kent State.
Yeah, Miami did everything they could defensively. You just see the ability of Pippen to shoot through that defense and get the basket.
Aya steps up from 18 and knocks down the jumper. Precious Aya's first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, I was watching Aya in warm-ups. He was shooting more of those shots than he usually does to warm up, and gets it in the game and puts it down.
Out front, Beck again with the basketball as the Flashes just trying to take advantage of the size inside, and Pippen would have been better off to take that right at the basket. Instead, tried to pass it off to Jordan, and it sails out of bounds and belongs to Miami.
Yeah, good job of Aya to stay with him without fouling, and like you said, I think that probably he could have got the shot up over Aya, just chose to try and hit the cutting player and threw the ball about 99 miles an hour, just right through his hands.
James Beck back into the game, and also back in is Day-Day Grant for Miami. He has the ball on the right side, dribbles out front, gives it to Beck. They leave him alone. Hands it to Larry. Larry will leave it for Beck on the left side. Pippen picks him up. Body against body, and Beck wins that battle.
And that's good strength that time by Beck, because Pippen actually got a hand on the basketball, but Beck was able to, with his strength, to go up through the contact and get the shot in.
Jack Owens wanted a foul in addition to the shot. That wasn't going to come. Jordan goes down low, left to the key to Pippen. Working on Aya, backing in on the body, turning, firing, and scoring is Danny Pippen. He's got 7.
Yeah, and that kind of a shot is exactly why he's in the conversation for Player of the Year in the MAC. Because you think you have him walled off, and he's able to turn on the baseline and hit that fadeaway jumper.
Out front, Beck gives it right side. Myjai White is open. Too strong, though, with the three.
Yeah, I don't like that shot. I mean, White made his first couple of shots, but that one really not in the flow of the offense, and then nobody was able to get to the boards to even have a chance at an offensive rebound.
Whistle and a foul away from the ball will go against Miami's Myjai White. That'll be his first and the team's fifth. As Malik Jacobs will return to the Flashes lineup, and Hernandez will head to the sidelines. Jacobs will inbound it to Hamilton, and Pippen now top of the key. In the paint, Tervell, Beck, blocked by Aya. Ball loose on the floor. Aya goes down to get it, and we'll have a jump ball. The possession arrow will favor Miami. Good hustle again, and if you have not seen Miami play, Precious Aya is not going to score a lot. He's not going to rebound a lot, but he's going to hustle a lot for Jack Owens.
Yeah, he makes opportunities for himself and the other players. That was not his man. Beck was not his man, but he came off of his to get the block and then fought through it to try and keep possession of the basketball. And that's the kind of energy that Aya brings literally every second he's on the floor. And he's relishing these last few games, his last opportunities as a senior.
Hernandez back into the game for Kent State. Also, O'Neal is back in as Day-Day Grant got by his man for a moment. Gets into the paint, leaves it for Beck. Fakes, puts it off the glass, and will go to the line and shoot two. Foul called against Kent State. Gabe O'Neal gets the foul, his first, team's 9.
He is the full package.
James Beck at the free throw line. Richard Jr. at a Grand Rapids, Michigan, knocks it down. He's 65% from the line coming in. Transfer from Oakland University. Fires up the second one and rattles that one in. He's got 6 for the Redhawks, who trail it by 3.
And this is a lineup we haven't seen very often with Beck and Aya out there together, but I really like this combination. Again, not a ton of offense, but they bring some energy, and they will battle you for every basketball.
Miami, little pressure in making Kent State work the ball up the field, and then Aya steps in with steal. He's going to take it all the way and leave it short. And the rebound to Hernandez. Too much for the big guy to take it down the floor and try and make the shot as Beck gets it ahead on the rebound to Larry. Larry has somebody. He leaves it for Myjai White, who lays it up and in. He's got 7.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen enough of this from Miami. Kent State a little bit slow getting back. Twice in a row they had a 2-on-1. Aya missed the layup on the first one, but Miami was not to be denied on that one.
Jordan works the right side for Kent State, gives it out to Hernandez as we approach 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Gabe O'Neal on the left elbow, hits Beck out front. White on him defensively in the paint, and it goes to Hamilton, and a foul on James Beck. A little too much body, and Beck picks up his first, and that is the 6th team foul as Malik Jacobs and Danny Pippen return to the lineup. You see that left knee slide under a little bit too much, and O'Neal and Hernandez go to the sidelines as Pippen and Jacobs check in.
Yeah, let's see if Kent State goes to Beck. That's where they have the mismatch.
Pippen turns around, doesn't get the roll. Hamilton, though, gets the glass. Beck misses, and Pippen lost the handle, and Precious Aya goes down to get it for Miami.
Yeah, just unlucky that time for Kent State. They were doing a great job battling on the boards. They had 3 easy shots. They just couldn't get any of them down. 3
easy looks, and nothing worked. Beck on the left side working against Pippen. This is going to be body against body again. Turning with the left hand, missing. Got it back and scores. James Beck working in this one. He's got 8, and we are tied. Actually, Miami out in front now, 27-26.
Yeah, great athleticism that time by Beck to go get his own. He knew where it was going to be off, and he reacted a little bit quicker than Pippen that time.
Jacobs works underneath, gets it to Hamilton. Hamilton double team, no foul call. And out top, the 3 try is no good. Jordan with the rebound and the stick back, and we'll have a warning on a flop. It'll be on, I believe, Makai Larry.
No, it was on. It was on Day-Day Grant.
Oh, Day-Day Grant. Yeah, it was on Day-Day Grant.
But yeah, he tried to step in front and take the charge, and they said it was a little bit overzealous was Grant that time. But again, you see the offensive boards crashing. This time it was Jordan coming from the wing to get the board. You have to know where every single Kent State player is on the offensive end because any of them at any time will go get that offensive rebound.
Left side, Majay White has the shot blocked by Beck. Got a fingertip on it. And ahead is Jacobs, looking down low, instead out deep to Pippen for three, and he hits it. Danny Pippen, 10 first-half points, and just like that, the Flashes back up by 4.
Yeah, again, he had to step outside a little bit further than he has been, and Beck, again, was just a tad slow.
Makai Larry pulls up 18-footer, doesn't get the bounce, and Beck with a rebound for Kent State. A minute 18 to play in the half.
And if you're Kent State right now, you can start to really assert yourself here going in towards halftime.
Hamilton facing up, firing and scoring. Justin Hamilton, 8 first-half points, and the lead is 6.
Yeah, if you're Miami, you got to think maybe about a timeout here that take it or lose it timeout, but they're gonna run their offensive set.
54 seconds to go, 20 to shoot here for Miami as Makai Larry works around a screen. Draws the double team. Majay White down low. It goes to Aya. Aya working on Pippen. Gives it out to White. Down the lane. Little scoop and score for Majay White.
Yeah, that's something we don't see from White very often, to drive through the lane and take it all the way to the cup. But there you see him, again, a little bit of, as he throws his body forward to grab the foul against, I think, Hamilton and then finish.
Yeah, the foul was on Justin Hamilton. That's his first. Team's 10th, and Majay White, who is 92% from the free throw line, will be there for the and one. 40 seconds to go here in the first half. It is up and no good. And the rebound to Danny Pippen. Pippen puts it on the floor, gives it out to Hernandez, works to the right side. Back out to Pippen. He's one of those guys I think you have to guard when he walks in the gym. Pippen left side, pulls up for a rainbow. It's off the mark, but the weak side rebound bounced around, and Beck will put it off the glass and in and get fouled. He's got 10 first-half points for the Flashes.
Yep, Aya had a chance to get that offensive rebound. So you see him coming in there, right there. He knocked it away from Hamilton, but it went right to Beck, and he finishes up, cleans up, and gets the foul. And Kent State on a bit of a run here to close out this first half.
They lead it by 6. They can equal their largest lead of the half if Beck makes the free throw, and he does. 4 for 4 from the line for the senior out of Cleveland, and it's 36-29 Flashes. Miami will go for the final shot of the half if they can get it across the center court line, and use it or lose it. Timeout taken with 6 points.
Can stop Miami from scoring here and go into the break with a 7-point lead. That's going to be a huge plus for the Golden Flashes.
Makai Larry feeding Isaiah Coleman, lands. 3 doesn't go. Long rebound chased down, and we have reached the end of the earlier today. The Miami women's team hosting Kent State. The Kent State Golden Flashes women's team currently second in the tournament going into the day. If the tournament was held today in Miami, for the last-second shot by Peyton Scott won that game. And Kent State turns it over as Danny Pippen was going for a lob and nobody was there.
Yeah, and interesting, Kent State has Gonzalez out there, not Santiago, to start the half. Santiago picked up 3 fouls in that first half, so he's going to start the half on the bench.
Day Grant picked up the dribble and needed help, and Majay White finally came out to help him with 13 to shoot. This is White on the right side, gives it out to Precious Aya. Now Day Grant left side, finds Delonte Brown. To the corner it goes to Larry. He's going to step back and fire and hit a 3. Makai Larry's first field goal of the game is a big triple to start things in the second half for Miami.
Yeah, and what a huge shot. He was not really in rhythm either. He kind of had to back up and go to the side a little bit, but he was able to knock it down. That's a huge basket for Miami to start the second half.
Jacobs curls around the screen, and the ball knocked away, but into the hands of Hamilton. His one-arm shot is no good. He just kind of pushed it up there with the right hand and didn't get it to go down. Left corner, Delonte Brown is left open, and he's going to knock down a triple from the left side. He's got 6 in the game, and Miami's within a point.
And what I love about that offensive possession, again, they ran it. They forced Kent State to get back on defense. They didn't pick up Brown in the corner, and we know what he can do when he's left wide open.
Jacobs gives it to Pippen, way out top. He'll give it to Hernandez, and now Hamilton and Jacobs with the basketball. Down low it goes to Beck. There's the double team, and out top Pippen's able to chase it down as Miami recovers, but Makai Larry is on Pippen. Gives it off to Jacobs. Drop steps to the paint to Beck for an easy two. Good look inside to Tervell Beck, and he's got 13 in the game.
Yeah, you get Beck wide open underneath the basket. He's not going to miss that.
Myjai White to the basket again. Kent State caught napping as Myjai White has 11.
Yeah, and if you're Miami, that's exactly what you have to do. You have to push the pace, make these bigs get up and down the floor of Kent State. Miami's been successful here, at least early in the second half.
Beck out top with a basketball to Hernandez. 15 to shoot, and there's Pippen left to the key. Going to work on Precious Aya, facing up. The big man puts it on the floor, and here comes a late trap. Throws it diagonally into the corner. Jacobs is drilled by Delonte Brown. Excuse me, foul. Both of them going for the basketball, but Delonte Brown has picked up his third foul, and the team's first of the half, and he'll have to come sit by Jack Owens.
Yeah, that's a huge one for Miami. They lose a big part of their offense. On the other side, when Beck gets in there, this is a lineup that I thought played pretty well for Miami. Beck are actually going to take Aya out. They're going to leave Brown in with 3 fouls. Interesting, okay.
Delonte Brown stays into the game as Aya comes out. Jack Owens said, stay in there, young man. Jacobs right side with the basketball as they look to take advantage of Brown being in the game. They're looking for Hamilton as he posts up down low on Brown. Faces up from 17, misses the jumper, and the rebound chased down by James Beck, who's having a really fine game for Jack Owens and the Red Hawks today.
Yeah, they wanted to run, but that time Kent State did a really good job of getting back.
Beck, left elbow, finds Delonte Brown, left corner. 3 doesn't go, and Jacobs with the rebound for the Golden Flashes. He's going to take it to the free throw line. Hits Pippen in stride on the right side. His 3 is no good. And Leary skies for the rebound. Ahead it goes to Myjai White. And he tried to get it to Beck coming down the floor and just could not get it done. But the coach is up on the floor saying, nice job, let's keep it moving, keep it moving.
Yeah, I like the thought process, just a little bit long with that lead pass from Larry. But again, Miami trying to force the run, and now Santiago into the game. And Brown's going to lead the 2 players in this game with 3 fouls.
Yeah, Brown is going to leave as Eli McNamara is in the game. And Rob Senderoff counting by going smaller as he takes out Hamilton and brings in Santiago to get some speed and ability to run the basketball.
Yeah, I think they see what Miami's trying to do, and also to give a breather to Hamilton, and then they can get a rotation going. Jacobs
around the screen to the paint, puts it up, and an offensive foul will be called. And it'll go against Malik Jacobs. That is his 3rd foul and the team's first in the second half.
Yeah, you saw Day Grant staying right on his hip, and then he forced his body back because of that, again, that elbow being forced out.
Larry fakes, gets to the baseline, pulls up from 10, doesn't get it, and the rebound battled for between 3 blue jerseys, and Santiago finally comes out of there with it. Just about 4 minutes gone by here in the second half. Out top, Tervell Beck wide open, is missing the 3. Rebound, though, underneath to Pippen. He's going to go the reverse side and lay it up and in. Danny Pippen with 12.
Yeah, it looked like Larry was going to get that rebound. At the last second, Hernandez tipped it away from him, fell right into the lap of Beck to get the layup.
Larry throws it away, tried to get it to McNamara, wasn't looking for the pass, and the turnover gives it to the Golden Flashes. 15:52 to go, and the Flashes lead it by. Michigan destroyed Northern Illinois 91-57, and Ohio's 6-game winning streak came to an end today as Buffalo goes into the combo in Athens and defeats the Bobcats by 20, 86-66. Here, it's a 3-point ball game.
Yeah, the top 6, 7 teams in the MAC, really, actually the top 8. Any of them can beat anybody else.
Tervell Beck gets inside, and Santiago finds him for an easy one. He's got 15 in the game, and the lead is back to 5 for Kent State.
Yeah, and that time Miami, again, just not being able to get back any size on the baseline to defend against that. And then Miami almost a turnover, and there is a turnover. That's 3 now here just in the opening minutes after just 1 in the first half. Miami getting a little bit sloppy with the basketball.
Terrible pass from Day Grant at the feet of Mekhi Larry, as Delonte Brown is going to come into the game for Eli McNamara for the Miami lineup.
Yeah, and I think Jack Owens knows this is a critical time of this game. He's got to get Brown back in there so they have another offensive someone else in that arsenal.
And a bad pass taken away by Delonte Brown. Doesn't have the numbers. Going to give it to Coleman Lands and out top to Larry, who's going to penetrate. Gives it to the baseline. Coleman Lands down the lane to the left corner. Larry is open for the three, and it rattles in for him. Looked like the Kent State may have almost gotten a hand on that one, but it rattles in for Makai Larry. He has 8.
Yeah, Malik Jacobs was really close to getting to that basketball, and as you said, he may have tipped it or just missed it. But give credit to Larry to rise up and get the jumper.
Little pick and roll, and into the lane. Beck loses the handle out of bounds. Looked like it could have been Delonte Brown's 4th foul there, but instead they call the ball out of bounds, and it belongs to Miami. No real protestations from Rob Senderoff, though.
Yeah, I think he lost the ball before the contact, and that was the saving grace, I think, for Brown. But it was really close.
Day Grant works out top against Malik Jacobs, gets it to Beck on the right side. He's got Pippen on him, and that's a reach-in on Danny Pippen, and that'll be his second and the team's second. Danny Pippen not at all happy with the call as Justin Hamilton returns to the Flashes lineup, and Pippen will go have a seat on the bench.
Yeah, I don't think he's very happy, number one, about the call and now having to sit down. And Miami, let's see if they can get some offense going now here in the second half. They just turned the ball over too much here in the early going.
Day Grant feeding right side. Larry is open for the three again. This time it's off the mark, and Jacobs chases down the rebound for the Flashes. 2-point ball game, 14 minutes to go. And a whistle and a foul. That will be the 4th on Delonte Brown, battling down low away from the ball against Justin Hamilton.
That's a real tough matchup for Brown, and you see the two jostling right there, trying to beat him to the spot, and Brown was a little bit slow, and again, now he's going to have to sit down, and it's going to be Aya back in.
Precious Aya comes back in, the redshirt senior from Bayelsa State, Nigeria. This is Beck, top of the key. Underneath, all alone is Jacobs for an easy 2. His first 2 of the ball game.
Great back cut that time by Jacobs to get open on the baseline, and a good look. These bigs, not only can they rebound and shoot, but they also do a really good job passing.
Illegal screen out top. Precious Aya guilty of the foul. His first, team's second. And the ball back to Kent State here with 13:44 to go. Miami draws closer, and then a couple of turnovers, and Javen Etzler comes into the game for Miami, replacing Aya. So Miami, a small lineup out there right now.
Yeah, another
small in size and small in stature.
Yeah, and another turnover. They just really have been their own worst enemy here in the at the start of the second half.
Santiago around a screen to the left side. Gets it out top to Beck. Swing it right side. Hernandez puts it on the floor. Gets it back to Beck. And now Jacobs with 12 to shoot. He's going to step back from 19. Miss it. Rebound. Beck battles for it and taps it into the hands of Coleman Lands for Miami. Every rebound is an absolute battle now. Out top, Coleman Lands with the basketball. Etzler back to Coleman Lands. Right of the key. This is Beck. Facing up on Tervell. Beck puts it up. Lots of contact. No call. Ahead it goes for Kent State after the rebound to Santiago in the corner. Fake, steps back to the wing. The lefty fires and knocks it down. Big triple for Giovanni Santiago. The sophomore from Puerto Rico gives the the Flashes back a 7-point lead.
Yeah, that was a great move to shake Larry and then get open for the shot.
Larry on the other end misses from 18, and the rebound to Kent State. And this is a real dangerous possession for the Miami Redhawks.
Yeah, they're just not getting any second chance opportunities. And at the other end right now, they're having problems guarding Kent State.
And they lob it and tap it up and in. Justin Hamilton with the bucket. He's got 10. And the Golden Flashes have their largest lead. Pounded the ball inside, and when they haven't, they found shooters open on the wing. And they have a 9-point advantage. Miami breaks the press. Ahead it goes to James Beck for Miami. Out top, Coleman Lands with it. Redhawks going to have to find some offense.
Yeah, and it's probably going to have to start either driving and kicking out or trying to get fouls by getting all the way to the basket.
Right side, Beck driving against Hamilton. Nowhere to go against that body. He's still going to lower the shoulder, try and turn inside, put it up, and somehow found his way to the basket for his 10th point.
That is the epitome of of drive, right?
Perseverance, I think.
Exactly, where it looked like his route to the basket was being cut off by Hamilton, and Beck found a way.
And Beck the other way. Tervell back misses, and he'll get a chance from the charity stripe as James Beck will get the foul. And for James Beck, his second because of games being made up for COVID postponements. And they have certainly become road warriors, this being their only home game in about the last couple of weeks.
But coming into this one, they had done a good job, especially as of late, winning 3 in a row. But those final 2 on the road, much tougher opponents than the previous 3, to be sure.
As Beck remains perfect from the line today, 6 of 6. He's got 17 points to lead the scoring for Kent State. Miami beats the press as James Beck across the timeline to the baseline, gets cut off and now needs some help, and Etzler comes to get it. Give the Golden Flashes a lot of credit for their defense here in this second half. They have done an outstanding job as Beck misses, and White with the rebound throws it out to Coleman Lands. He'll penetrate to the left corner. Myjai White floats out there and hits a triple. He's got 14 in the game.
How about that? Myjai White with the hustle to get the offensive rebound, and then he gets rewarded with the open three-pointer from the corner.
Nice find by Isaiah Coleman Lands to find Myjai White in the corner. Tervell Beck, top of the key with a basketball. Gets it down low on the right side. This is Jacobs spinning against Day-Day Grant and getting the roll off the glass. 4 in the game for Malik Jacobs.
Yeah, that time just spun Grant around a little bit and got into a good shooting position. You talked about the Kent State defense. That's what they do. They lead the MAC in points and field goals percentage against, and they're showing why tonight.
James Beck backing his way in, finding White again. He fakes, fires Isaiah Coleman Lands with 10 to shoot. Santiago on him defensively as Coleman Lands works out top. 3 seconds to shoot, and he gets fouled, and Jacobs bails him. Actually, they're going to call it a jump ball. Jump ball as Jacobs heard the whistle and thought, I didn't foul him.
Yeah, he grabbed it right there. Good job by Jacobs. Reaching in and grabbing the ball on the top and the bottom.
Grant coming out of the ball game as Makai Larry is back into the game. 2 to shoot for Miami. As Isaiah Coleman Lands, straight away 19-footer is off the mark, and the rebound is out to Jacobs for Kent State with 10 minutes to go in this one and an 8-point lead for the Golden Flashes.
Yeah, now they're going to work a little bit of the clock, trying to get an open shot probably for one of the big guys down on the blocks.
And there is Hamilton all alone on the block for the reverse layup. That's just too easy for the Golden Flashes, and Justin Hamilton has 12, and it's a 10-point lead, largest lead of the game for Kent State. Etzler from the right side misses the triple, and Santiago with the rebound for Kent State gives it back to Jacobs.
A little bit of a desperate shot that time by Etzler, and Brown getting ready to come in. I assume he'll take Etzler's spot, and Miami needs some offense in the worst way right now.
Yeah, they have been struggling on the offensive end, to say the least, as Jacobs working around repeated. Hamilton screens to the rack, misses, but there is the two-handed flush by Justin Hamilton on the tip dunk, and it is a 57-45 lead for Kent State. They're rolling here over the last couple of moments.
Yeah, they're doing everything right on the offensive end. Miami just can't counter anything that they're doing.
Isaiah Coleman Lands feeds James Beck, going to the rack, too strong, and a foul will be called. And Jack Owens was desperate about a whistle, and he finally got one. Malik Jacobs will pick up his 4th and the team's 3rd. James Beck ready to go to the free throw line for 2 chances for Miami.
Yeah, you see there the contact.
Contact, but it didn't look like Jacobs did it.
No, I thought it was kind of the hip almost of Hamilton, but
yeah. Beck at the free throw line. He'll get 2 chances here, and the first one is up and good. Into the game comes James Jordan for Kent State. Danny Pippen returns. Jacobs and Hamilton go out. And Delonte Brown into the game for Javen Etzler. And Precious Aya is going to check in at the scorer's table. And he's going to check in for James Beck, provided he makes the free throw. Just under 9 minutes to go here, as both of these teams have been pretty good from the free throw line, as Beck misses that one. And 11-point ball game. Full court pressure by the Red Hawks on the Golden Flashes as Tervell Beck got by everybody and draws a foul from Isaiah Coleman-Lange.
Yeah, if he doesn't foul him, he's going to get all the way to the rim. So Coleman-Lange trying to reach in. He knocked the basketball away.
Precious Aya into the game as James Beck goes out for Miami. Santiago to Keedy inbound for the Flashes. Jeremiah Hernandez takes it and gives it back to Santiago on the left side. Dribbles out top, finds Pippen, fires the three, and is off the mark. And Makai Larry gets the rebound for Miami. On the run the other way, and nowhere to go except throw the ball away. Took it too far down the lane, lost control, and had to throw it into the scorer's table.
Yeah, again, I like the idea of trying to run, trying to force Kent State to get back. Just a little bit too much of a hurry and not under control that time for Larry.
8:20 to go as Hernandez gives it to Tervell Beck and gets it back looking for Pippen. Has him, and he'll go to work on Delonte Brown with 4 fouls. Here comes the double team. Pippen dribbles out of it. Keeps the dribble. Crosses over into the paint. And puts it up with the right hand, misses, and the rebound tapped out of bounds, and it'll go to Miami. Under 8 timeouts, 7:59 to go in the battle.
Else to step up, and he's done a really good job. What I like about him is the way that he's able to create space. Yeah, he's tall, but he's able to, with his athleticism and his long reach, to really carve out space without being overly physical.
Makai Larry out front for Miami, curling to the basket and finding Delonte Brown, who puts it on the floor. He's going to put it up with the right hand, too strong, and Jordan with the rebound for Kent State, and Miami just can't get a good, clean look at the basket right now because of the Kent State defense.
That's exactly right. That's what it is Kent State is really playing really well defensively, not allowing Miami to get any clean looks.
This is Beck out front. The spacing for Kent State has been very good, and Pippen will draw the double team, gets it to Hernandez. Jordan to Santiago for the three. It is off the mark, and the rebound tapped out of bounds. Actually saved by Day Grant, but the Redhawks can't control it, and it goes into the Kent State bench off of Leary. It will stay with the Golden Flashes, 7:10 to go.
Yeah, both teams really hustling after that. The ball being batted around a little bit. Miami got the last touch.
Santiago baseline. Pippen with the deep tray. Money. Danny Pippen, 15 points in the game. Only half of what he had against Miami earlier, but quite honestly, the Golden Flashes don't need it right now as they're up by 14 points.
No, but he's had a pretty good complete game. It's not all about the scoring. Yeah, absolutely.
Right side, Majay White misses the three, and as has been all day long, one and done for Miami. Pippen the other way, working on Delonte Brown, who has 4 fouls. Gives it to James Jordan in the left corner. Dribbles to the wing, and back he goes to Pippen, turning, firing, missing that one too strong, and Delonte Brown with a rebound for the Redhawks. Brown will feed to the left side, and Day Grant is open, but misses the shot.
Yeah, the last games he has really lost that shooting touch. He was on fire earlier in that road trip, and then the last game against Western Michigan, and then again here today, just really not able to buy a basket.
He's 1 of 4, hasn't taken many, but just has not been an offensive performance at all today for Miami, and you have to give Kent State and their defense Grant to Delonte Brown, right corner three is off the mark, and Tervell Beck with a rebound again for Kent State. Santiago to the top of the key, feeding left side. Hernandez shuffles the feet and gives it back to Santiago. Looking down low to Beck. There's a big mismatch, but instead Hernandez fires the three and misses long with it, and the rebound comes out to Larry. Now Day Grant on the left side. Larry fakes the three, now steps inside the arc, steps back, fires, misses, and the rebound is out to Danny Pippen. And the big man brings the ball down the floor for the Golden Flashes, turns, fires, is short with that one. Beck with the rebound. Tervell Beck for Kent State. 5 minutes to go, and he says, hey, boys, let's just settle this down for a little bit and Rob Sinderoff says the same thing. It's just
11 games. So, Pippen, he struggled a little bit against Ball State, but he has come out on fire today, and it's really the whole team effort, and as you said, especially starting on the defensive end.
Kent State tuning up for the Mid-American Conference as Santiago gets by White check that Larry and lays it up and in.
Yeah, now Kent State just kind of running away with it a little bit. Miami.
16-point advantage as the Red Hawks can't find a bucket until now as Delonte Brown hits a triple from the left corner.
And that was a tough shot. He had Hamilton coming at him. Was able to shoot over him and at least get Miami back into the scoring sheet.
Santiago gives it out to Pippen. James Beck on him defensively. He'll put it on the floor and step back from 19, miss it, and Delonte Brown with a rebound. Ahead it goes to Leary, running the other way. Kyle Leary gives it off to Delonte Brown. Fakes. He's going to go to the basket and throw it down. 11 in the game for Delonte Brown.
Yeah, nice move there. Kent State with the big lead. They backed away. I think if this was a close game, you might have seen Pippen try and challenge Brown, but he backed up when he saw Brown coming because of that big lead.
Santiago to the basket with the left hand, misses, and Delonte Brown with another rebound. The officials letting them play here. Larry gives it to Isaiah Coleman Lands. Back out to Mekhi Larry with 3:36 to play, to Delonte Brown, working on Justin Hamilton. Going to drive past him, but had it stripped away from behind. And Larry down the lane, feeding back to Brown. Out top it goes to Isaiah Coleman Lands, and that'll be a foul on Jordan. As the Red Hawks drive, only the fourth team foul against Kent State, and we have a timeout with 3:21 to go in the basketball game. Mid-19th to mid-20th century. Red Hawks with a lot of work to do here if they get back in this one. Down by 11 as James Beck, right side against Danny Pippen, gets to the baseline, double teamed out top to Myjai White down the lane. He'll put it up, and a charge is called against Myjai White.
Yeah, good job by Beck. Make sure that his feet were outside of that restricted area. You see him step above right there into the MAC logo. And a great job by Beck to step forward. Now Miami needs to start getting some turnovers and converting them at the other end. With 3 minutes to go, they don't have to be desperate, but they have to start taking a few chances.
Full court pressure, and the Golden Flashes beat that pressure as they get it across to Malik Jacobs, who's back out there with 4 fouls, and Santiago out near the timeline working some clock. Delonte Brown on Santiago. They get it to Jacobs, top of the key, and down low is Tervell Beck. And there's a turnover you talked about as it goes off his fingertips out of bounds. He tried to one-hand that pass.
Now Miami has to convert at the other end. You don't need a three, but if it's open, you need to take one.
Mekhi Larry out top to Isaiah Coleman Lands. They haven't had many clean looks at anything. Delonte Brown tries the three. It's no good, and Jacobs with the rebound for Kent State. 2.5 minutes to go.
Now we're starting to almost get into desperation time for the Red Hawks.
Santiago drives to the free throw line to the right side. Jacobs out top. Hernandez 15 to shoot. Down low left side. Beck working on Delonte Brown, who's going to put it up and in. Not much you can do with that. Tervell Beck's had a day now. He's got 20 points in the game.
Yeah, and Brown's got those 4 fouls. He needed to be careful because they want to keep him on the floor. But now if you're Miami, you have to start probably looking to shoot threes most of the time down and then also start to foul.
Larry thought about it and couldn't pull the trigger on the three. Instead, runs into his own man and throws the ball away. I mentioned Beck 20. He has 19 in the game, Tervell Beck. And now give it, oh no, just missed the shot. An easy one. Danny Pippen chases down the rebound. And gets tied up. And that'll be a jump ball. Alternating possession belongs to Kent State with 1:36 to go, and Day Grant coming back into the game.
Yeah, we talked about if Miami's going to foul, they need to start. But again, Kent State is a very good foul shooting team, and you know, you got to pick your poison.
Myjai Larry coming out of the game, and Red Hawks are going to look back on this and say, well, we didn't have a very good offensive day. And I honestly think you got to look back at Kent State and saying they had a great defensive day today.
Yeah, they really forced Miami out of the things that they like to do on the offensive end.
Didn't have very many clean looks at the basket at all in this one. Malik Jacobs out top, 14 to shoot, 1.5 minutes to go in a 13-point ball game. And Redhawks are just going to play straight up D as Jacobs feeds out top to Pippen, puts it on the floor, and that'll be a charge on Danny Pippen as Myjai White draws another one.
That's 4 today that Myjai White has drawn on the defensive end.
That's the 5th team foul as Pippen heads to the sideline, and Justin Hamilton is back in there with 71 seconds to go, and or check that, 81 seconds to go.
Math is hard.
Yes, it is. Especially for an old guy with no mind.
Miami down 13 now. It gets really difficult, but you got to start here and at least get some kind of points on the board.
Out top, Day-Day Grant. He'll rise up for the three. It is off the mark, and Hamilton skies for the rebound for the Golden Flashes. They will get their 15th win of the season here this afternoon.
Yeah, and, you know, depending upon how things fall, they can definitely move up in the MAC standings as we get closer and closer to that tournament in Cleveland.
Redhawks will finish out with 2 on the road at Bowling Green and Akron this week. And a whistle and a foul as collision between Isaiah Coleman-Lands and Malik Jacobs. And Coleman-Lands gets the foul, although I think he got the worst of the collision.
Yeah, yeah, you see right there, they kind of run into each other. It looked worse actually live than it did there, but there was still some decent contact.
1-and-1 situation now for Jacobs. He's a 75% free throw shooter and misses it. And the rebound is out to Delonte Brown. Ahead it goes to Day-Day Grant. 44 seconds to go. Grant out top against Tervell Beck. Feeds to the corner to Myjai White. Underneath to Day-Day Grant. There is Delonte Brown. Left wing three is off the mark. And Jacobs with the rebound. And ahead it goes to Santiago, and the Golden Flashes can dribble it out and get the victory here over the Miami Redhawks. The final today will be 64-51 as the clock will expire here, and give the Golden Flashes a lot of credit as they came into Millett Hall with a mission of using their bigs, and they certainly did that. Tervell Beck with 19, 14 for Justin Hamilton, and 15